Dusting off the headset in Studio One. I know it's only been a couple of days, but what the hell? I want to say greetings, good evening, how you doing? Welcome into Beyond Ringside Live on this 29th day of March, calendar year 2026. Yep, in Studio One this evening. Originally, it planned to be at the Beer Hog. It has just been a chaotic weekend. First off, thank you to everybody tuning in through BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net, TuneIn mobile app, StreamRadio.net, all the way up and down the network. So many different ways you can find us. And on the replay side of life, you got it pretty much wherever you can get your shows. And back in business on the YouTube thing. So, not doing video per se, but actually got some other plans in place to see exactly where the show's going to go in that direction. I'm still putting up the first segment. Also, I will be going back to put up interviews that have recently been done. So that's taking a little bit of time. I got a buzz working this afternoon, and it's not from the good stuff. Gotta love electronics. That's all I can say. Bear with me on that one. I'll try to fix it sometime during the break, and I'll see exactly what's going to pop before it's over with. Of course, by the same token, I do have to say, there's always something slightly therapeutic about grabbing lunch at Waffle House. It can be centering all over. It's kind of like, to hell with yoga, give me Waffle House. Chicken and egg plate, you got it. Chicken cooked under the dome, egg scrambled with cheese, hash brown scattered light, give me raisin toast and apple butter. I'm good to go for a little while. Throwing that one in play. Aha, that could be what it was. It's simply a wiring thing. That's what electronics are all about. Well, fix that buzz for a minute. And never did get one last night. Oh, by the way, before I move on to the next one, I want to say hello to Larissa and everybody over at the Waffle House Diner in Pelham. Damn. It was cool. It was fun. I had a lot of great... it's good when your server is kind enough to throw out what she feels is going to be an obscure reference. I'm referring to, on this one, here's elucidation for everybody. When she throws out the comment about, I've got chills, they're multiplying, and the first thing pops in my head is like, she knows Grease. So I finish out the line of the song. She's like, you caught that? I said, yeah. Thanks for playing. Let's pick another one and let's run with it. So once again, a lot of fun this afternoon. Got a chance to get the head on straight. Been dealing with situations, Facebook, God love you, all the above. Cover that a little bit later on in the show. Going to be joined in about 25 minutes from now by a longtime friend of the show and a great person to be around. Ring announcer extraordinaire, promoter extraordinaire with the Scenic City Wrestling Group. A lot of you are going to know him from the Scenic City Invitational, Scenic City Rumble right around the corner. Scott Hensley, slated to join us around 7:30 Eastern Time. Looking forward to having Scott back on. It's been way too long. If I sound a little hyperactive today, I don't know why. It just happened about 4 minutes ago. Just barely cracked into a good old-fashioned green monster, but what the hell. Coming through the weekend, some great conversations taking place. I'm going to have announcement coming up in the next week, possibly as soon as Wednesday, about a new venture coming up for me personally. I'm going to throw this one out there, and this is going to sound cheesy. I know this is going to, a lot of you are going to look at your speakers and go, okay, well, but this is the truth. I've stayed primarily in the DJ realm to pay my bills. I love pro wrestling. I have for decades. I've always enjoyed working with it. Would normally drop a lot just to make the road trip to go work. But in this particular era for me, it's going to sound hopefully balanced, which is something a lot of you are not used to hearing from me, is something balanced. Just, I have to pay the bills first and foremost, and I know a lot of people go, well, duh, dumbass. But that's why when I was able to break the news about the Brown Derby on Saturday, A lot of you know I take bookings for weekends all the way across the board, especially weddings, birthday parties, things like that. I'm not walking away from that part again. I kind of did with a previous situation, and I paid the price for it. I'm not going to go too deep on that at this time. Basically because my lawyer told me to keep my mouth shut for a minute. And that's being real. No, I'm not represented by the legal team of Bingham, Bangham, and Bilham. But coming back to reality or the fun side of reality, when Brown Derby and I met to work out the agreement for me to be there on Saturdays, I have been enjoying the hell out of it. Got some great people down there on staff. Great to see some old friends, both behind the bar, on the floor, and friends who walk in through the front door. It's been a great experience for the first couple of weeks, and I'm really enjoying it, and we are building that much more and that much more. Do I have... Here's the burning question. Do I have as much fun hosting karaoke as I do as a announcer or doing commentary or working in pro wrestling? It's parallel, and for the right reasons, because I get a chance to meet some really good people. There's some questionable eggs in the dozen every once in a while. Those get weeded out, but I do have fun. I have a great time, and I'm able to pay the bills. So once again, all the way across the board, if the right offer comes in from a pro wrestling promotion, MMA promotion, something to do announcing or commentary, I can make the time to be there. With all due respect to everybody who gainfully employs me, I can make the time to be there because I can work something out to have somebody capable and qualified covering my shows here in Birmingham. So I haven't walked away from it. And if you heard the recent interview with Matt, or the homecoming with Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, you will note the fact he said, yes, there is another chapter in the book of Global Championship Wrestling. And off air, we talked about it. When situations prevail, yes, I will be rejoining Global. Just like case point scenario, Shane Knowles has said there might be another chapter somewhere down the road for Peach State. Yes, I would rejoin Peach State. My scope is limited by choice, so I'll leave it at that. So coming back to the original statement for a minute, thank you to everybody down at the Brown Derby. The last couple of weeks have been phenomenal. I'm looking forward to the rest of this run. Who knows how long everything's going to last in this reality, in this timeline. Also from there, back with the Beer Hog tomorrow night, Monday night, your karaoke night, 6 p.m. Central. Beer Hog will be closed on April 5th, I believe. It's next Sunday. So therefore, but advance notification. Just got word back from Scott Hewlett recently, and yes, we are going to go back live next Sunday night, April 5th. Working out the timeline on the details right now. Also working on the return appearance for Bubba Cagle with New Era Wrestling and their upcoming live event, their anniversary show. So as soon as we get all the timelines locked down, I will have that on social media. A lot of you saw that, yes, there have been graphics put up for today. There's also one for this Tuesday night, another homecoming, if you will. Originally known as the Master of Malice, now one of the Brutes, or the Brute, Mark James. Been a while since we've had a chance to talk to Mark. We being myself and my 47 other personalities, some of which actually do speak English. Why do you think I say I speak 9 languages, including NASCAR? I'm going to go ahead and shift over for a second. Something I've been meaning to say, I really like the t-shirt that Jacob Fatu has. F around and try us. I like it. I love it. I wouldn't mind one hanging on the wall or framed on the wall. Which, for those who see every once in a while the shots from the Beer Hog, that back wall's about to change. Beyond Ringside has a home away from home, and I want to say thank you again to everybody at the Beer Hog. We will be putting some decoration up on that back wall every once in a while when we're there live. It's going to be interchangeable. And yes, I've got some classic t-shirts that I will probably be putting up in that frame shot as well. I've got a couple in particular that I've been holding on to get ready to post on a public forum. One being a flashback for Alabama wrestling fans. The Inhuman Fly got one of his original shirts. Chip Day, Do or Die Chip Day, still have one of his, and that may be going up as well. Who knows? And I'll buy a T-shirt in a heartbeat if I think it's cool, if I think it looks good, if it doesn't matter if I plan to wear it or not, because I will spend the money to support people in this industry. The drop of a hat. It's that easy. Moving over as we continue down the road to WrestleMania. I am the most invested right now in the build with Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. They have done so much with so little, period. You don't have to have a 5, 10, 15-minute promo going back and forth. Sometimes 1, 2, 3 simple moves are just as impactful with no words being said. We've seen this in years gone by. A lot of people have that flashback to moments when I make a reference like that. They'll think about perhaps the Shield facing off against the Wyatts. Not one word said on a microphone. It's one step, one step, one step, one step, one step. They get there and the stare down and the crowd goes ballistic, nuts, crazy, erupts. That's one of the reasons why I appreciate builds like this. I think that the Cody and Randy has just gotten drawn out. Because there's times when, and especially since Mania has been pushed further back this year, you have that extra time. How do you fill it? You really need to, and this is an open statement to WWE, and I'm going to cover something about AEW in a minute that I put on my personal Fast Eddie Layne page. So let me go ahead and throw this one out there. The space between Elimination Chamber and Mania is just too big. I know you're dealing with a 2-night Mania. You have to have time to try to cultivate storylines. I know you have to be able to try to put things in place to where it's going to be intriguing to fans. You want to get one every 18. One butt every 18 inches. I get that. Trust me, I understand this business so well, inside and out. I've worn every hat there is to wear. There, I said it. Drink. Sorry, I got to do a better job of promoting this week's drinking game. But the fact of the matter stands, when you keep the conversation and the promos going back and forth, you're going to have a lot of people get burnout, which is the ultimate truth in this business. Right now, Becky Lynch, AJ Lee, they're on a steady course. Punk and Reigns continue a build. But right now, and I don't know if it's just the fact that I'm burned out on Cody Rhodes as champion or Cody being in that spotlight every minute of the damn day. It's nothing personal. It never has been. It never will be. Once again, when I make references like that, I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about the character being portrayed on screen. Look, I say the same thing about NCIS, one of my favorite television shows. I made a reference on Wednesday to the fact they just celebrated 500 for the mothership. But there were some times when certain characters went, okay, you can stop now. Let's go to the next scene. Let's da-da-da. And unfortunately, I'm with that, with all due respect, especially to Randy. I think that the scenario between Cody and Randy Orton has been a little bit, a word that I know oh so well, long-winded. And you hear that, and I'm hitting a mute button, my cough button, if you will. I'm not coughing, but there are times, and you could hear that, my inhale, my intake of air, for some reason the microphone is so sensitive this afternoon, it's picking that up. So when I get ready to take that next breath, in order for me to avoid sending out and for you having to hear, not that I'm ultimately asthmatic today, it's just a case of I don't want it happening every time. So this is live. I'm looking at 6:17 Central Time, 4:17 on the West Coast, Sunday, March 29th. So this is live as we speak. This is not a tape segment. So and look, I may be good in post-production, but I'm not that good, okay? Somebody who is that good right now, Chris Cyborg. A number of people are looking at their speakers going, haven't heard that name for a little while. Chris Cyborg, now a dual sport champion. Captured a boxing title on Saturday in Brazil. The reigning PFL women's featherweight champion, Chris Cyborg. Long list of accolades. Oh my God, let's just talk about the companies especially. UFC, Bellator, Strikeforce, Invicta. But those are all MMA. But now, she's added a boxing title. Cyborg defeated Paulina Cardona at Nakao. Cyborg 15. To claim the WIBA super welterweight belt, 154 weight class. She's advanced her professional boxing record to 6-0. Cardona failed to answer the bell after round number 2. I have not had a chance to see this yet. I would love to. I'm going to. It's basically just going to be a matter of time before I get a chance to sit down and find the footage. Segueing, if I can, I made a reference to the post I made on Facebook back on March 26. People have a tendency to read too much into a text format. I've said that for centuries. You can put something down on paper that can be the most innocuous comment, and it's meant to be constructive, but people are going to look at it, and the wrong people are going to, man, all he does is bitch about this. Well, guess what? I'm not. I'm stating fact. There's a difference between complaining for the sake of complaining. That was a cough. Sorry about that. And the fact being, when you're laying something out there because there's a lesson to be learned. I'm going to take the post bit by bit for the next couple of minutes, so bear with me on this one. AEW Dynamite started out with Wednesday with Kenny putting his EVP position on the line against Swerve Strickland, who put up his number 1 contender status. You've heard me talk coming out of Revolution that AEW has really started to lose me. Why? One reason. The overabundance of quote-unquote specialty matches, in my opinion, has helped AEW to lose a lot of its luster. From a random tag match, trios match that Tony Khan would offer up, the winner's going to get $100,000. The winner's going to get $1 million. Folks, I'm sorry. I don't know of that many of all of us that care when we all know that the Toy Boy is going to market $1 million prize for a random tag match on any given weekend or weekday. It's almost insulting to the intelligence. If you start at a certain level to which people can identify, you don't have to go straight for 6 or 7 figures. Most of us would sit back and go, $25,000 to the winner? Ooh, okay. $50,000 to the winner? Ooh, okay. That's going to get most of our attentions right off the bat. 5 figures? That'll easily jump out at a lot of people. I'm figuring eventually we would have seen like a 20-person battle royal, and yes, this is a throwback, where the winner's going to get a 2026 Cadillac Coupe de Ville or whatever the hell. Why not go ahead and throw a car in there? And actually, the car's worth more than the money right now. I'll go one better. The car with a full tank of gas. We're gonna do a Dynamite Rumble where the winner gets a full tank of gas every day for a month. Most people are now looking, going, where can I sign up for that damn match? Count me in. I would do it in a heartbeat. You add the Texas death matches, the lights out matches, the last man standing matches. It just seems like everything has to have a special condition, a special stipulation. Using MJF and Paige on that stipulation thing, I thought that it was stupid that Paige will never challenge for the title again. Or as Max would go, never, 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 never. Or as my ex would go, da, 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 da. What up, her? I thought for sure, because look, we went through that with Cody, and I don't think Paige has that kind of out that Cody had. It would have made more sense if it was Paige can't challenge for the title as long as MJF is the champion. I mean, if Don Callis was backing the world champion at that point, he could say, well, as long as the world title's in the Don Callis family, you can't challenge for the title. I would have bought that. I would have bought that in a heartbeat. Oh, hold on. Nope. Somebody just dropped the title. Member of the Callis family picked it up. Guess what? You can't challenge. Member loses it. Somebody else picks it up. Oh, Callis family has it. You can't pick it up. Or you can't challenge. I would have been fine with that. But never challenge again. I thought, why? Really? Why? W-H-Y. Why? I intentionally have not mentioned the Continental Classic. I actually enjoyed that. I thought it was something that was needed in the domestic market. I'm good with round robins. I'm good with single elimination. Give me something to work with that you can wrap your brain around. Look, I'm a fan of the G1. AEW's done a good job with the Continental Classic. They did a good job with the Owen. When you put something out there that people can wrap their heads around, when you put something out there that I can wrap my head around. See, I don't speak for anybody else. Sidebar, you won't hear me use broad stroke generalities. We, everybody, nobody, none of us, stuff of that ilk when I'm speaking in a plurality, unless I've got a group around me that we've done a vote and we have all come to the same conclusion. Then I will say we. I can't speak for the broad stroke the mass populace out there. Not my gig. My ego's not that damn big. Not even in the 80s or the early 90s. Trust me on that one. Some people might want to challenge that right now. But as long as Eddie's in the locker room, it's a little bit stifling. Yeah, right, no. Have that Michael Jordan philosophy. I'm sorry. You want to take my job? Beat me out for it. Prove you can do it better than I can. Was that arrogance? Yes. Was it honesty? Yes. But that was one of the jokes that I had back many, many years ago. It's like, well, I want a shot at doing this. Okay, fine. Prove to the boss you can do it better than me. And he'll move me into the 2-chair. That's what I said. Because when you do things a certain way, as into the absolute best of your ability, and the boss sees it, you continue to sit in that chair. Now, continuing on. AEW says it's where the best wrestle. Sometimes that is true. Other times, it's where the best will need 3 pints of O positive after a show. By the way, for those who have not paid attention, it's been at least a month since Jon Moxley has bled. The usual suspects have not. I know that this is a bit of a variation. This whole thing is a variation from comments and posts that I've made regarding AEW in past days. Oh, look, I've been one of their true supporters for the longest time, day one plus. And no, the original All In was not AEW. That was actually Ring of Honor Wrestling Entertainment. That's been clarified. When the rest of my coalition here on Beyond Ringside has pretty much said, I'm done with AEW, I stood by it all the way to Revolution. How long was the pay-per-view? 2 weeks. Not counting the pre-show or the post-show. And that's not their longest one, by the way. I think there was one that's still going on today that we just haven't lost the pay-per-view feed. You can tell when the pay-per-views go that damn long, you're going to have crowd fatigue. Number two, the constant interference by outside forces just freaking gets old, to say the least. It's one thing if you're in a tag team match. Look, I came up when tag team action or tag team matches actually indicated the fact that you were going to have a little bit of outside interference from your partner. But when you've got your manager, valet, your third, your wheeler standing out there, and I had the over-under, I missed it by 20 seconds as to Wheeler Yuta interfering this past Wednesday. That should have been enough right there. Tell you what, speaking of enough, I'm going to go ahead and take this quick break. When Beyond Ringside continues, going to be joined by Scott Hensley from the Scenic City Wrestling Group. Stay tuned. This is Beyond Ringside Live.
What's going on, everybody? This is Scott Hewlett, owner of House of Heat Pro Wrestling, and you guys are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
I'm Glurn the Terrible, intergalactic space alien and purveyor of bad advice, bad attitudes, and bad breath, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside, and it's your own damn fault.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Universal Soldier Phil Shatter, also TNA Gunner. 2 years in the making as NWA National Heavyweight Champion, making my way to the top as #1 in the world. And you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
This is Bambi Weeble with Masters of Ring Entertainment, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
The Beer Hog in Pelham, Alabama is your craft beer destination. Featuring 64 crafts on draft, a full bar selection, and a great menu with some of your favorite eats, The Beer Hog has everything to be your go-to place to get together with friends, family, and co-workers after a long day. Check out our website, thebeerhogal.com, and join us on social media. There's always something happening, and you're always invited. Come on in, 2408 Pelham Parkway, located in Campus 124. Come on in to The Beer Hog.
This is Dan the Beast Severn, the only Triple Crown champion in the UFC history, and you're listening to Beyond Ringside. You better pay attention, otherwise I know where you live.